Is technology at your work distracting you from actual work? Do you spend too much time troubleshooting PC or internet issues? IT Enabled can help. Our team of IT specialists can help you tackle your technology troubles and get you focused on growing your business in no time. Call to schedule your technology consultation. 936-225-3329. IT Enabled. We're here to help.
Hi, I'm Tara Watson-Watkins, President and CEO of the Lufkin Angelina County Chamber of Commerce. Welcome to the Connect podcast, connecting business to community. I'm here today with my co-host, Blake Polino with BP Media Group.
So a special treat this week. We have our first repeat guest on the podcast all the way back in episode 1. Bob Samford, the director of the Economic Development Corporation, is joining us today to talk all about the Lufkin Forward program. What is it? What is it going to do for our community? And how is this vision going to change downtown Lufkin? So let's jump into that episode now.
We're excited to have Bob Samford back. Bob is the director of the Economic Development Corporation with the city of Lufkin. But today we're talking about Lufkin Forward.
Right.
So welcome back.
Thank you. I'm glad to be back.
We joked and said you're our first repeat.
I'm proud to have that title. That's awesome.
Our first repeat guest, and as of this morning, still our number one downloaded podcast episode.
Thank you.
You got a lot to live up to today.
I'm very proud of that.
No pressure now.
Yeah.
No
Work
pressure
for a
now.
great city, and it's an awesome job, and so I'm proud to be here.
Cool. We're
Thank
glad
you
you're
very
here.
much. I appreciate
Tell
it.
us, for those that don't know what Lufkin Forward is,
Yep.
let's start there.
Okay, awesome. So calm me down if I get a little excited,
good.
because I'm really passionate about Lufkin Forward. Lufkin Forward was started during COVID. Bruce Green and I were in my office, and those of you who know me, I can get a little antsy. And so I was like, Bruce, we just have to do something during this COVID. What can we do? And so he threw out this idea. We kind of back and forth, and that's how Lufkin Forward got started. I did tell Bruce that we agreed that if we were going to do it, we were going to do it first class. We were going to hire the best people we could do to get it. I know what I want in a downtown. You guys know what you want. But I wanted to really look and explore what the community wanted and maybe what young people wanted. Mm-hmm. So that's how we got started. We hired an amazing consulting firm. I've been super excited with Askira Robinson. I've even learned how to say their name correctly. Yeah. It used to be AR, but now it's Askira Robinson. So it's been a really, really amazing exercise.
Yeah.
It really has.
It's been a journey.
It's been an absolute journey, and we did it through COVID.
Yeah.
So there were a lot of restrictions during COVID, but we had virtual meetings, we had surveys. Lufkin was the highest response of surveys Askira Robinson has had in any city.
Interesting.
Houston, Dallas, Minneapolis, Lufkin, Texas, people responded more than anyone else.
Wow.
That speaks to our city, our people, and there's a desire to do something.
Yeah, and I think especially with you hitting during COVID, I mean, you gave people some hope. You gave kind of a light at the end of the tunnel of what's to come after all of this.
Yeah, so I've never thought about it like that, but that is right, and I'm super jazzed up about it. I really am. It's going to be awesome, and I don't think this is going to be the end-all, cure-all, but it's a start.
Yeah.
And it's a little push of momentum into 2021, and just understanding what actually other cities are doing as we compete against other cities in this global world on the World Wide Web. Our downtown is a reflection of Lufkin. Mm-hmm. Love it, hate it, agree, disagree. People now, when they're citing companies and jobs and moving families, the first thing they're going to do is go look at your website, social media. They're going to come to ledc.com, hopefully, and they're going to see that we are being progressive and we are doing things to revitalize our downtown, and we are at least cognizant of some of the needs and things we need to change. And I think that's, if nothing else comes out of it, it's we've all kind of had a little reflection time to step back and go, okay, we're all in this thing together. If I do something good, it benefits you, everybody, and so it's been fun. It really has.
I know you've had a lot of community support.
We have had a ton of community support. There's a lot of people I need to thank. I'm going to try to get everyone I can, but Bruce Green, amazing, doing a great job, city manager. Our LEDC board, full support of what we're doing. City council, Ann Brookshire and Stacy Hodges helped me out a tremendous amount. CVB. City planners, engineers, downtown businesses, the list could just go on and on.
Yeah.
So, and the people of Lufkin.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to go back to that one more time. We had over 1,000 respondents.
That's fantastic.
More than any city.
That's awesome.
I mean, it's crazy. So
you have these responses at this point. So
Yes.
now where are you in the process and what are we doing?
Yeah. So we have formulated those responses. We've gathered them up. We've done some analytics on them. And so we had a last virtual meeting that you can see that on lufkinforward.com. It's up, and it's a 3-minute video, a summary. So we're taking that information and we're compiling it into a final report.
Okay.
And so that final report will be submitted to LEDC board and then city council for funding. And so, that's where that's at, and we hope to have that within the next 30 to 60 days.
Okay, so for people that are still trying to figure out, okay, you've
Yep.
got all this, what's it going to look like? So you're talking about like murals,
Yes, yes.
places to eat.
Yes. So what we want to do is we're going to do a myriad of things. We were going to convert First Street into a festival street.
Yeah.
The city already has that. We're going to be able to close that down, block off traffic, have that. We're going to address all the vacant lots and alleyways. We've identified those, and we're going to try to see how we can repurpose those.
Right.
Whether there's something can go in there, a business, or have like some kind of little something, kind of a micro festival or something like that. We're going to really take a close look at city ordinances about how our buildings downtown, the facades look. I think it's very important that people can do with it what they want to do with their buildings if they don't want to do anything, but it needs to have an appearance, that's
Right.
contiguous and constant with the theme and the vibe of our downtown city. It's kind of like the one bad apple can spoil the whole bunch.
Right.
Right.
If you've got a bunch of really nice downtown and then have a couple of just vacant, blown out buildings that you can see in the building, that's kind of, we're gonna look at that.
Yeah.
But we're gonna be thoughtful about people's property rights and things like that. But we do have that, and we're gonna look at the ordinances associated with our parks. We may be a little bit kind of a little bit behind the curve on what other cities are doing, allowing in their parks during regulated times.
Sure.
So we're going to look at that to encourage more people to come in. We're going to really fix up Cotton Square.
Nice.
So Cotton Square, I call it like the little Switzerland of Lufkin, okay? And that's kind of hard to do, but that's what I call it.
Yeah.
So Cotton Square is kind of neutral. It's kind of set by itself. It's not going to impact a lot of people. And so we think this is the perfect area to do like kind of a test. We're going to make it like really friendly, kid friendly. We're going to have it where you can do small bands or, acoustical instruments, update the murals, can put some landscaping in there, make some opportunities for some food trucks to come in.
Oh, cool.
Right.
Yeah, borrow a couple parking spaces where we can set up some tables and outdoor areas where if you wanted to go to one of the restaurants or something and get a drink or whatever, come and just sit,
Yeah.
and just chill and
Yeah.
maybe listen to a little bit of live music. We're going to really look at our pedestrian flow, how the pedestrians move around the city.
Interesting.
Specifically, we're looking at Frank Street too.
Okay.
We'd like to be able to push some traffic over to the convention center and the museum, and the speed limit there could be adjusted and some other things. So
Interesting.
one other thing I think is critical that we're going to address is wayfinding. when I started this project, I really didn't know what that was.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's huge.
It's important.
It's very important,
Yeah.
Tara. You're
Yeah.
exactly right, and it's critical to let people know, where you can park.
That's right.
Legally, and can I, because so many people, and I know I'm guilty of parking. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to get my car towed. So you might not park there, and then you may go somewhere else.
Sure.
So, and then we need to do some. We're going to look at our downtown branding, our logos, and kind of do just an overall review of our events.
Yeah.
And we're also going to do some work at Bernal Park.
Great. I think that's such an underutilized place, and it's so
Exactly.
beautiful with the flags.
Exactly. And you could go to a larger event at Bernal Park
That's right.
and then go over to downtown.
That's
right.
Or vice versa, go to downtown, go to Bernal Park. We're going to just try to use that. I see that being like some large outdoor concerts.
I was going to say, concerts, back
Yep.
when I worked for the city, that was a place that I always wanted to do
Yep.
outdoor concerts.
It'd be
Because You have
perfect.
this great area that's
Yes.
so pretty, and it's a hill, and
Yes, grassy
Yeah,
area.
yeah.
Or
I'm
maybe
so
have
happy.
like a big event. I
Yeah.
mean, like some type of cultural heritage event, like, I don't know, kind of Diboll has a tamale festival
Right.
or something like
Right.
that. It'd be
Yeah,
a
it's a
perfect
great
place
area.
for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're excited about that. And, the other thing that I would tell you is that we've been really cognizant about is making sure this is for everyone.
sure.
All ages, race, ethnicity. We just want it to be. It's got to be for everybody.
It's going to be all encompassing.
All encompassing.
Yeah.
That's exactly right, and
Yeah.
we've really focused on that. But it's. I just think it's a win. I really do. I just can't see how anybody could be against it.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are people out there that maybe think we can or can't, but we can and we will and we are.
Yeah.
That's great.
So
What kind of timeline are you looking at? So to kind of get this vision going, and
Yep.
when would you like to see some of these changes? start happening?
So you know me. I'm
Yesterday,
kinda,
yesterday is the answer to that question.
We're gonna get moving pretty rapidly. As soon as City Council approves it, I've set the timeline for 2 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I want to see something started like quick.
Yeah.
I mean, to show people, I think that we have a credibility, responsibility. I've gone around and told all these people we're going to do it, and when we say we're going to do it, we're going to do it.
Can't
Yeah.
drag your feet.
That's
down.
right. We're not going to do it, and it's not going to be some another study or anything like that. And we're making plans right now, prioritizing our task to make sure that when we get the green light, we can go out and say, okay, here we go.
Love it.
Yeah,
It's such
yeah.
a good shot in the arm. When we first started shopping for office space, I mean, it was a no-brainer. We wanted to be downtown.
Yeah.
And what we've noticed since being down there is where it's good, it's great, right? But
Right,
it just hasn't
right.
spread. And the
Correct.
areas that you're talking about,
Yes.
kind of feels like a shot in the arm,
Yes.
spreading that downtown, like
That-
Frank Street, kind of getting it down that direction. And
Perfect.
and right now we've got like 2 really good blocks, right?
Yep.
But need to kind of spread that out a
Yep.
little bit. It seems like this will really go a long way
I
to
think
doing
it's
that.
going to be just kind of get this, get that,
Mm-hmm.
and then I think we'll look up one day and go, "Wow, this is really cool."
Yeah.
And
Well,
people will say, "I want to come to Lufkin."
I was going to say, it's going to be so good for business all the way around.
Everybody.
It's great for the city. It's great for the chamber. It's great for economic development.
Yes.
I mean, it is a win-win for all parties. So you just
Absolutely.
know that you count us in on anything that we
Yeah.
can do to help. And
Awesome.
we're just so excited that this
Yeah.
is happening and that Lufkin is moving forward.
I think we are, and it's also, Tara, going to help bring businesses.
Yeah, it is.
I know one of the CEOs for the company that came to Lufkin. He was like, "What are my young people going to
That's
do
right.
that I bring?"
That's exactly right.
What
And
you
we want
got?
to keep them here.
Yes,
we
right.
don't want to just train them here
That's
and then
right.
transfer them out.
That's
we
right.
want to keep them here because it's a
Correct.
great place to raise a family.
Absolutely. And so, that was part of the consideration as well, that it's an economic development driver, but at the end of the day, it's just the right thing to do.
Yeah.
So I'm super proud to
We're
be a
excited.
small part of
Yeah.
it.
What did you find from the survey responses from the 1,000 plus that you got? What was the
Yeah.
response from Lufkin like?
It was kind of interesting because some people were worried about what people worried about was really kind of interesting. Some people were super worried about parking. Well, I can't park. And other people were like, well, parking's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was really no one, people want variety. They want outdoor spaces.
Yeah.
The outdoor
they
space
want
is huge.
healthy restaurants. Just something for their kids to come and do.
Interesting.
I want to bring my kids down, or I don't want to bring my kids down. I want to be able to have
I want to be able to do both.
both.
Yeah.
Got to have that option.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I want a fun date.
that's right.
And then I want to be able to do something as a family.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so that I think that was it. But if you look at that list of answers, it's pretty much standard what all cities are doing right now in their revitalization.
Yeah. Outdoor space,
family oriented, variety of things to do. So it's we're not building a new cake here. We're just trying to put a little more frosting on ours.
That's right.
How you like that?
I like
That's
that.
a good analogy.
I was kind
I
of
like that. That's a good one.
stumbling a little bit.
Sounds good. Sounds delicious.
Well, we appreciate you coming.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I'm excited. I want to, thank you for what you've done at the chamber and, the EDP. We've got some partnership plans with that. We're open to any ideas and suggestions people have. You can call me or look at what we're doing on lufkinedc.com or lufkinforward.com. Oh, I need to send a shout out to my advisory committee. Tavo, Ivory, Hudson, Ann, and Stacy. They've been super cool.
Awesome.
Keep me in line, kind of calm me down every once in a
Lord
while.
have mercy.
Exactly.
They got a tough job then.
They climb the mountain too.
Yeah.
But it's all good, and I'm really looking forward to seeing it happen.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, we're excited for you. If you want to check out any of that information, we'll have links in the show notes that you can check out all the Lufkin Forward websites and all their social media and contact as well. We want to thank you so much for watching the podcast and listening to the podcast again this week. If you want to catch the video version of this podcast, it's available on the Chamber Facebook page as well on the Chamber YouTube channel. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week.